So I just want to
You
get
never
more
know.
into that space where you're a caregiver, for your brother. So what is that like for you? Can you give us just kind of, some cliff notes about that experience?
Well, let me tell you, it was unexpected.
Hmm.
I'll say that. My brother had his stroke January 1st of this year, and it was unexpected. And he was in and out of the hospital for a long time. He ended up going from the hospital to a nursing and rehab facility. And what happened, he ended up back in the hospital because of some negligence on the rehab facility.
Oh,
And while he was in the hospital, we couldn't get him back into the nursing home. And then all these things happened. Medicaid was canceled, insurance expired, all this kind of stuff.
mm,
So we were forced to bring him home because the hospital at that point was trying to have my brother to be what they call abandoned.
mm,
They were trying to say that we were abandoning him if we did not accept him at home. And when a person is abandoned, what they legally do is they legally try and take every single asset that that person has, and then they legally try and come after the family. And so I learned all this recently. And so we ended up bringing him home. Of course, you're not going to try and have us say that we abandoned my brother and have my brother at some facility and we don't know where it's going to
absolutely
be.
not. Right.
And so we bought him. My husband and I, thank God we work from home. And my sister was able. Let me tell you, Faith, how God works. When my brother was discharged from the hospital to go home, that was the very first day that my sister and my niece were supposed to be on vacation. That was the
Mm,
very first day of their vacation, the same day that he got discharged from the hospital. So we had planned to go out of town. We ended up staying here, and all the family rallied around and started taking care of my brother. So during that time, we knew that my sister and my niece were going to have to go back to work, and it was a choice. What are we going to do with our brother, with my brother? And so my husband, does real estate. He couldn't be there full time, so I said, well, I'll just go over and work from the family home with my brother, where my brother and my sister live. I'll just do that. And so that's how it ended up coming into place. Now, did I think I could be the one that lift my brother out the bed, put him in the wheelchair by myself? Did I think I could change a diaper? Come on now, grown
right.
adult, that
Right.
smell is different.
Right.
That smell is different.
Yes.
Change a Foley where a urine bag. Did I think, clean or bandage up wounds, that are there and make sure that bed sores don't come up in place, bathe somebody who can't bathe themselves, feed them through a feeding tube. Did I think I could do all this? Crush up pills and all this kind of stuff, dress somebody, brush their teeth, comb their hair, lotion down their
Mm,
legs. Did I think I could do all this? I never in a million years would have thought I would be doing this to my brother. I mean, Faith, when my brother was in the nursing home, I remember going in one day and his roommate said that he needed his diaper change. He had been in that soiled diaper for 3 hours. I
what?
called for one of, yeah, 3 hours. I called for one of the
Oh
nurses,
no.
and the nurse, she said, okay, we're going to be there. Well, I waited in the room an hour, and that nurse did. So now he's there 4 hours in this soiled diaper. So finally, I told my husband, I said, well, I don't want to change it because I didn't want to see my brother's private parts.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to see. I don't want to see that. I don't want to. And my husband was like, no way am I going to do it. So after waiting an hour, I was like, forget it. Even Faith, when I was in the hospital and the nurses would come in and change his diaper, I would walk out the room. Now, my
Right.
husband would stay
Right.
in there to make sure they took care of him, check his bed sore and all that. My husband would stay. He would never change anything, but he would stay and watch and make sure they were taking care of him. But I would leave because I was like, I don't want to see my brother's private part.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now, Faith, here I am standing in a room, knowing my brother's been in a soiled diaper 3 hours before I got there, an
Mm,
hour since I'm there, and I got to now make a choice. Am I going to allow my brother to stay in this soiled diaper, knowing
right.
that that bed sore
Mm,
is there, knowing the detriment that that bed sore can take? So I put on some gloves and I told my husband, get me some wipes, get me a diaper. We going in.
yes.
Going in.
Went in. Yes. Got you. He got your back.
And so my husband standing there with the trash can. Hey, T2, my buddy, love
Mm,
you. And so I went on in and I changed. I said, well, we're going to do this. And I did what I needed to do. And I'm still doing it to today. So when you say that we think we're doing it, how is that? You never know what
you
you can
never
do until
know.
you do it. I mean, when the
Yeah,
Bible teaches us that, you've got strength beyond measures, come on now, you just don't know what you can
yes,
do.
right.
You can handle it. You can
'Cause,
handle it.
all the stuff that you told me just now, that made me tired. I'm like, "Oh my goodness." I'm like, "Oh my goodness, all this."
I know, girl, right?
Is your brother verbal?
He is very, very small, not as
Oh,
much.
okay.
He can mutter some words, and if you listen close, you can put them together. What I did also, Faith, because I was having problems hearing and understanding him, creativity. God will give you some creativity. I created a board. I got like a board and put some letters on it, A B C D E F G all the way through. And when I couldn't understand him, I tell him point to the word. Let's spell the word out. Point to the point. And so he uses
Oh,
that
yeah, it is
sometimes.
creative. And that
Yeah,
works? That's been working for you?
it helps out
Oh, wow.
tremendously. And here's another blessing that I would say. People may be like, my God, how did God bless your brother? He had a stroke. That's occurred. No, it's not. It's something that happened. It went through. Somebody say, one of my cousins actually, well, he's paying the price for something he may have done. I said, be that as it may be. Here's one thing: I am always going to find something to be grateful for in every situation. And the thing that I'm grateful for with my brother's situation is, Faith, that stroke did not touch his memory. It did not touch his
Oh,
mind.
really? Oh, wow,
Even
that's
though when he
wonderful.
first went in the hospital, when he first had that stroke the first day, he had fluid on the brain. And
Mm.
and the doctors were concerned he wasn't going to make it through that night. And I called some prayer warriors, and that fluid left. Prayer and the medicines and the doctors, that fluid left. But the stroke never touched his brain. He has still the intellect that he had. I asked my brother sometime, what is this movie on television? I can't remember. He can, he'll be trying to tell you what it is. And his memory never touched. So I'm grateful.
Wow, that's amazing. Blessings to
The doctors were amazed at it
yes,
as well.
yes, God bless you and your brother.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you so
And
very much.
yes, of course, and thank you for sharing, and I was always wanted to hear about always and I'm intrigued by that, but also the how does it impact your relationship as brother and sister as siblings? How does that impact your relationship?
Oh my gosh. Because my mom always kept my siblings and I close, it's a bond where it's like, okay, we're doing this, and it's like we would do it because my mom taught us
Mhm.
to take care of one another. Thank you, Holy Spirit. He taught us. She taught us to take care of one another. We never thought we would have to take care of one another in this
And it's
capacity,
right, right.
but it's a norm for us because my mom taught us to do it. My sister and I had this conversation the other day, and we were like, man, these kids, because he's got two kids, that are,
Mm.
right here close. My sister called his daughter and said, hey, I need you to fly down because we need some help taking care of your dad. And she was like, no, I can't do it. Mentally, I can't do it. And she would refuse to come down.
Mm.
And my sister and I had a conversation, and she said, you know what? She says, we would never have done that to one another. Our mom
Right.
taught us you take care of each other.
Mm.
And I said, yeah. I said, the problem is, are we teaching it to our children?
Got it,
There's
got
a
it,
difference. See,
got it.
my mom taught us you don't let somebody else take care of your brother or your sister. You take care of each other. She taught us that. And so it's been an easy transition, for me to take care of him. Is it difficult sometimes? Yes. But the choice to take care of him has always been we'll take care of him. Man, but Faith, there's some days I'm like, man, I need to go on a cruise. I can't go on a cruise while I'm taking care of you. I need somebody else to
Yeah, yeah. Have you traveled were you able to travel with him, at all?
We haven't we've taken him on like some day trips or
Okay.
an
Yeah,
overnight trip.
yeah.
It gets very hard because he has to lay at an angle. He can't lay flat because
Mm.
of two feeding, so he has to lay at like a slight angle. And so we took him on a couple of day trips, and he had to sleep on the sofa bed or either the bed we have to prop up with pillows and stuff like that. That part gets difficult. But we haven't tried to take him like on a plane or on a long distance drive. I mean, the most we've driven is maybe about 4 hours with him in the car. And I think that's probably going to be our max because
Right,
he
right.
does have to be changed, and we can't have him sitting in that stuff for long.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
but thank you so much for sharing that. I really appreciate that.